if it flops over, it's going to bother you.
It normally does.
So let's move on back to the upper, because the upper is where you're going to start to see a lot of changes between it and the Gen 2. So one of the big complaints we and a lot of other people actually had with the Gen 2 was the fact that the charging handle was reciprocating and it left the system open, essentially, if you did not have the dust cover closed. So Brownells took it upon themselves to remedy this, and what their solution was is they moved the charging handle to this side, and then they provided a sort of gasket system to keep it a more closed kind of.
And it's non-reciprocating.
And it's non-reciprocating, which is really nice. Now, the only thing that we cannot attest to is very, very long-term use of how well this
gasket's going to hold up.
This gasket's going to hold up.
Because my prediction is going to be, well, this might not be a problem for you, but for people that do clean their firearms regularly, how, is this gasket going to hold up to chemicals and oil being on at all times? Plus, just the wear of the, if you, which being non-reciprocating,
not going to be used a ton.
But when you do charge the firearm, it's going to move on it. So it's like, okay, how bad is this going to look after a couple thousand rounds
or years?
Years, yeah. So if you left the oil on it and put it in the safe, what's it gonna look like?
Yeah, what's the ultimate?
Because I don't know, my OCD is gonna kick in and be like, oh, that thing just,
if it flops over, it's gonna bother you.
It normally does.
Yeah.
So
now, with that being said, they did solve the problem of having an open reciprocating charging handle. Like we had kind of mentioned, they did take some initiative in terms of the design and think about what if you have extended stuff. So they did cant it down, which I think is a very, very great feature.
So if you had cantilever on my Gen 2 optic mount, it's going to be out of the way. Especially if LPVO, it's out of the way for that.
Yeah.
But with these larger nuts on here, it is kind of in the way.
Yeah.
Problems having big nuts, I guess.
Yeah. Flip it over, Sparky. This is plastic, which is a little odd, I thought. But other than that, the
deflector is plastic.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
It's kind of strange. You'd think it wouldn't be, but
I guess.
Other than that,
it's pretty standard and normal.